Dallas Cowboys 2025 Offseason Breakdown. A new era for America's team? The Dallas Cowboys are shaping up to be one of the most intriguing teams to watch in the 2025 NFL season. With bold offseason moves, including a blockbuster trade, strategic draft picks, and a new head coach, the Cowboys have shaken up their roster and coaching staff in a way that demands attention. While there are still reasons for skepticism given their recent postseason struggles, this is not the same team we saw last year. Let's dive into the key changes and what they mean for the Cowboys' upcoming season. Blockbuster trade for George Pickens. One of the biggest moves of the offseason was the acquisition of wide receiver George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a third and fifth-round pick. This trade addresses a critical need for the Cowboys, who lacked consistent production at wide receiver beyond CeeDee Lamb. While Jalen Tolbert is a solid contributor, he's better suited as a WR3 than a long-term WR2. Pickens, however, has the potential to be a WR1 on many NFL teams, despite past concerns about his locker room presence. Pickens' career stats are impressive despite inconsistent quarterback play in Pittsburgh. In 2023, he surpassed 1,000 receiving yards, and in 2024, he recorded 900 yards in just 14 games. His ability to dominate 50-50 balls, often turning them into near-certain catches, makes him a perfect complement to Lamb, a dynamic route runner and yards-after-catch specialist. Together, they form one of the NFL's most formidable WR duos, provided Pickens stays focused and motivated. If quarterback Dak Prescott can capitalize on this pairing, the Cowboys' passing game could be elite. Dak Prescott, can he return to 2023 form? Speaking of Dak Prescott, his performance will be pivotal. In 2023, Prescott was a top-tier quarterback, throwing for over 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and just 9 interceptions with a 70% completion rate. However, 2024 was a different story. Injuries limited him to 8 games, where he posted a pedestrian 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and a 3-5 record as a starter, with wins against weaker teams like the Browns and Giants. For the Cowboys to contend, they need the 2023 version of Dak, a tall order coming off an injury but certainly achievable given his relatively recent elite performance. As a contingency plan, the Cowboys made a savvy move by acquiring Joe Milton, a second-year quarterback from the New England Patriots, for a fifth-round pick. Milton showed promise in his lone start for the Patriots, albeit against Buffalo's backups. His addition provides a more reliable backup option than Cooper Rush, who struggled when called upon last season. This move ensures depth and insurance behind Prescott, a smart decision given his injury concerns. Revamped running back room. The Cowboys also overhauled their running back position after losing Rico Dowdle to free agency. They signed Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders in free agency and drafted Jaden Blue from Texas in the 5th round. While this trio doesn't scream elite, it's a functional group that could surprise. Javonte Williams. Once a promising back for the Denver Broncos, Williams hasn't recaptured his rookie-year magic and saw a reduced role in 2024. He's a solid but unspectacular option. Miles Sanders. After a standout 2022 with the Eagles, Sanders has struggled in Carolina, with his past 2 seasons combined producing less yardage than his 2022 campaign alone. Jaden Blue. The rookie is the wild card. His college production at Texas suggests he could compete for the RB1 role, especially given the underwhelming recent performances of Williams and Sanders. Expect a committee approach early in the season, with roles becoming clearer as the year progresses. While this running back room may rank below average league-wide, the fresh legs and varied skill sets could make it effective if utilized creatively. Tight ends and WR3, depth in the passing game. Beyond Lamb and Pickens, the Cowboys need contributions from their tight end and WR3 positions. Jake Ferguson, when healthy, is a reliable pass-catching tight end, and his continued production will be crucial. At WR3, Jalen Tolbert is the likely starter, bringing experience and chemistry with Prescott. The Cowboys also traded for Jonathan Mingo, a talented but underperforming former Day 2 pick. If Dallas can unlock Mingo's potential, he could challenge Tolbert for snaps. Additional depth comes from players like Kevontae Turpin and free agent signee Paris Campbell, giving the Cowboys plenty of options in the passing game. Building in the trenches. In the draft, the Cowboys continued their focus on rebuilding their once-dominant offensive line, selecting Tyler Booker in the 1st round. This marks their 3rd consecutive year drafting an offensive lineman in the 1st round, following Tyler Smith, 2022, and Tyler Guyton, 2023. The trio of Tylers signals a clear strategy: re-establish a physical, run-heavy identity while protecting Prescott. If this line gels, it could give Dak the time he needs to exploit the talents of Lamb and Pickens, creating big play opportunities. New leadership: Brian Schottenheimer takes the helm. Perhaps the most surprising move was hiring Brian Schottenheimer as head coach, a first-time head coach with a famous lineage. His father, Marty Schottenheimer, was a longtime NFL coach. Brian has extensive experience as an offensive coordinator, including with the Cowboys since 2023, but he's never called plays in Dallas, until now. With Mike McCarthy's departure, Schottenheimer, handpicked by Jerry Jones, will take over play-calling duties. Both C.D. Lamb and Micah Parsons have endorsed the hire, and the organization's confidence in him is clear. His ability to maximize this talented offense will be a storyline to watch. Outlook for 2025. On paper, the Cowboys have the pieces to be a playoff contender. The addition of Pickens elevates an already potent offense, and the new offensive line investments should help both the passing and running games. However, challenges remain. The NFC East is brutal, with the Eagles and Commanders, last year's NFC Championship participants, posing stiff competition. Prescott's health and performance, along with Schottenheimer's ability to unify the team, will be critical. If the 2023 version of Dak returns, and if the new pieces mesh, this team could make noise in the NFC. The Cowboys have been trending downward in recent years, but 2025 feels different. The buzz around Pickens, a new coaching staff, and a revamped roster suggests a team ready to turn the corner. Whether they can overcome their postseason demons remains to be seen, but this is a squad worth watching.